ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं वादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Now we are entering a new chapter, Attitude and Meditation. We have done last session great sentences, and the last message to disciple which was given to by Guru. Now the chapter starts with how to apply this message in our life. So first we chant this mantra: Asthula mitted asannirasya siddham satovyomavad apratrakyam ato mrishamatramidam pratitam jahihi yasvatmataya grahitam brahmahamitteva vishuddha buddhaya vidhi swatmanam akhanda bodham. Very big shloka, very big message. The meaning is discarding the not self in the light of passages such as it is not, gross, etc. One realizes the self which is self-established, unattached, like the space and beyond the domain of thought. So negate this illusory body which you are perceiving and have accepted as your own self with a purified understanding that I am Brahman. Realize your own self, which is knowledge absolute. I repeat one more time this mantra's meaning. Eliminating the objective words, the not self, by such arguments as it is not, gross, etc. One realizes the Atman, which is self-established, unattached, like the sky, and beyond the range of thought. Therefore, dismiss the mere phantom of an objective world, which you perceive and which you have accepted as your own self, by means of the purified understanding that you are Brahman. Realize your own self, the knowledge of Absolute. The great master Shankaracharya, now giving direct message to disciples. Direct message. To make a seeker understand this supreme reality as it is your own nature, there are two methods have been used by scriptures and great masters. They are affirmative and negative. Affirmative and negative. To understand totality, it is necessary to understand both sides, left and right. So, in our scriptures, negation and affirmation, both methods has been used. The first you have to do negation, negation, negation of all unreal, which are imposed on the reality, and reality which is everywhere we could not realize. So seeker has to negate all illuminatory untruth which are covering our nature, discarding asthulam ityed asan nirasya. Here, Shankaracharya ji quoting a mantra which is from Vrihadaranyaka Upanishad. Vrihadaranyaka Upanishad, it is a very big Upanishad. Vrihad means big, very big Upanishad. There are so many stories, so many debates, so many dialogues, so many methods. In this Upanishad, there is a dialogue between Gargi and Yagyavalik. Very interesting topic is actually the king of the Mithila, Janak. He used to conduct so many programs, so many debates for learned person. They come and they teach the public, the seekers. And once he did, so there were so many learned person, and their dialogue started between Yagyavalik and other learned persons. Yagyavalik was a realized person, a realized master, learned and realized. He had both qualities. So he defeated so many learned persons, and lastly, the Gargi came. Gargi was very learned. That time, the learned lady, Gargi, this was last. So he said to Yagyavalik, now my turn. I put a question in front of you. If you can reply it, then everyone will accept. If you would reply, everyone can accept you are the greatest master. And Yagyavalik was asked by Gargi. The question was, why what unmanifested ether is pervaded? The sky is everywhere, we know. But the question was, who is the beyond of the sky? This was the question. By what unmanifested sky is pervaded? Yagyavalk was replying her question. There is a mantra. So he said, the Brahman, this immutable Brahman, it is neither gross nor minute, neither short nor long, neither red color nor white color, nor shadow nor darkness, neither air nor ether. And he gave so many definitions. So this quotation is from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Asthulam Ananu. Here, Shankaracharya put, he says, Asthulam itted asannirishya. The first your duty is, as a seeker, whatever possibility you can think about Brahman, you discard it. Whatever gross, subtle, must be discarded by seeker. They should not accept it as a truth. Siddham sato vyomavad atarkyam. The most important point is discarding the asat, illusion. Then, siddham sato vyomavad atarkyam. Yourself, the self, the truth, is siddham. Siddham is achieved. Siddham is, it is already there. Already there. Absolute, pure, nothing lacking there. So we have not to do anything for self, for Atman. It is pure. So seeker has nothing to do with Brahman. Brahman does not need any support to its establish. It is always established. To achieve yourself, you do not do anything except removing some ignorance. So, Siddham Sato Vyomavad, it is Siddham is established like Vyom, sky. We cannot do for sky. Cannot do. We don't have any option to do anything, to take or leave. We don't have any option. Sky is not optional for a single moment. You cannot separate, you cannot grasp it. It is a matter of beyond both aspects. Akasavat apratrakyam. And next he says, it is not matter of logic. It is not matter of arguing. You cannot prove it by argue. You cannot prove or disprove sky by arguing. Yourself is not is proved by argue, logic. It is a matter of experience. It is a matter of realization. Logic cannot do. Someone can be defeated by logic, but you cannot convince yourself by logic. You can defeat someone. You know the reality of the logic. That is why in Brahma Sutra, Vyas wrote, Tark apratishtanat. Tark means logic. Logic cannot reach. So self, your reality, is not connected to logic. It is connected to experience. It is required realization. So like sky, always same, everywhere same, but we see some clouds in the sky. We see some dust, some fog. They work as obstacles, but the sky is untouched. So Shankaracharya says, Siddham sato vyoma vada apratrakyam. Your own reality is established. You just remove obstacles. Ato mrishamatramidam pratitam jahihi yatsatmataya grahitam. See, Shankaracharya is showing the path of real practice of realization. What is the path of realization? Now he is showing the path of real realization. How to practice? What is the method? What is the technique? What a seeker should do? He said, whatever gross objects, subtle objects, five sheaths, which are not real. But ato mrishamatramidam pratitam yasvatmataya grahitam. What mistake we have done? Objects are not problem. Body is not problem. Mind is not problem. Intellect is not problem. Only problem is Satmataya. Only problem is when we accept them as our own nature. Body is not problem. Body is a means, a medium. Prana is a medium. Mind is a medium. But not you. When we accept medium as a goal, medium as our own self, own nature, then problem starts. Swatmataya grahitam. Shankaracharya says, Ato mrishamatramidam pratitam. Whatever is appearing in front of you, these all appearances are mrisha, unreal. Unreal is not problem. Real is also not problem. Then where is the problem? Real is not problem. Unreal is not problem. Problem is where? He says, Yastvatmataya grahitam. When we accept this unreal body as my own self, when I accept this body is me, I am so and so, then problems begins. Then problems begin. I am a human being because of body. Unreal body. When I accepted it as a I-ness, then problems begin. Yastu atmataya grahitam. Very important word is yastu atmataya grahitam. We have accepted as our own nature, own self. Shankaracharya says, Jahihi, very, very important word, Jahi, just overcome from this thought. I am the body, this is just a thought. I am the mind, it is just a thought. I am energetic for prana, this is just a thought. And this is not reality. So he says, Jahihi, it means overcome. You have to defeat this thought. You have to defeat this thought. How? Vishuddha Buddhya. Actually, now we are doing just practice, how to practice, the way of practice. The question will arise, how one can defeat the thought of illusion that I am the body. How can I overcome from that thought? How can I think I am not the body? I am not the mind. I am not the five seats. What the method? Then he's giving reply, Vishuddha Buddhaya. Vishuddha Buddhaya. Pure intellect. Only method is, only means you have pure intellect. Pure intellect. So what is the purity of intellect? What is the purity of the intellect? Being a seeker, you have done so many good deeds. You may have done rituals. You may have done charities, prayers, pilgrimage, so many things. And then sadhana chatushta. Sadhana chatushta. The four qualifications. Then Shravan, Manan, and Nididhyasana. Listening, reasoning, contemplating. These are the means for purification of the intellect. Vishuddha Buddhaya. Now this intellect becomes Vishuddha, pure. This intellect can penetrate your own nature. It may enter your nature. If intellect is not pure, then thought will come like this: I am the body, I am human being, I am sinner, I am sannyasi, I am young. So this thought will come because of intellect is not pure. So impure intellect cannot enter your pure nature, cannot touch your pure nature. Vishuddha Buddhya. So condition is you pure your intellect. Then thought will come. Brahma aham ityeva. That this thought will go, I am the body, I am the mind, I am not body, I am not mind, I am not prana. Then what? I am, it is clear. Then because he got message from the master, Tat Tvamasi, now the thought will come, Aham Brahma Ityeva. I am the Brahman. So this is the process. Now this thought will come, I am the Brahman. Before this thought, the thought can come, I am human being, I am sinner, I am young, I am rich, I am poor, I am so and so and so. I am the Brahman. This thought never will come. Brahma ahamityeva vishuddha buddhaya Viddhi swatmanam akhanda bodham. Shankaracharya says, Viddhi, you know your nature. You are absolute knowledge. You are always. So, two things, knowledge and existence, they are not different. Knowledge and existence, we use the word Sat Chit Anand, very meaningful. Sat Chit Anand. Sat means existence. So its existence does not mean like a stone. Stone has existence, but stone does not have knowledge. Here, existence and knowledge, consciousness are not two. Being and consciousness are one. Atmanam akhanda bodham, your nature is always, always. This thought will come only Visuddha Buddhaya, by pure mind, pure intellect. So Shankaracharya gave message in this verse. First, remove asat, unreal, like body, mind. Then truth will come automatically. You do not have to do anything about truth. Now, next one. मृत्कार्यं सकलं घटादि सततं मृन्मात्रमेवाहितं तत्त्वसज्जनितं सदात्मकम् इदं सन्मात्रमेवाखिलं यस्मान्नास्ति सतः परं किमपि तत्सत्यं स आत्मा स्वयं तस्मात् तत्त्वमसि प्रशान्तममलं ब्रह्मद्वयं तत्परम्. The last line, तस्मात् त्वमसि प्रशान्तममलं ब्रह्मद्वयं परम्. This is a very important line. This is the conclusion. So this line will come again also. Tasmat Tomasi Prashantam Amalam Brahma Dvayam Jatparam. So see the translation. The translation is, all modification of clay, such as the pot, are accepted by the mind as real, but are in fact clay alone. So too, the entire universe which emanates from Brahman is Brahman alone and nothing other than Brahman. The self-existent reality and one's very own existential self, thou art that, the serene, the pure, the supreme Brahman, the non-dual. See the translation once more. The pot, etc., which are always accepted by the mind as real, in reality, nothing but earth. Similarly, this entire universe, which is produced from the real Brahman, is Brahman itself, and nothing but Brahman, because there is nothing else, whatever, but Brahman. And that is the only self-existence, reality, our very self. Therefore, thou art that pacified, pure supreme Brahman, the one without second. Now, The Guru is trying very compassionately to make easier way to understand this reality. He is giving an example from Chandogya Upanishad. There are two Upanishads very important. One is Chandogya, another is Brihadaranyaka. Very, very important. They will come in your study always. So there Chandogya Upanishad, chapter number 6, the dialogue was going on between Shvetketu and Udyalak. Shvetketu was disciple and Udyalak was father come master. So last message was given to Shvetketu by Udyalak, Tat Tvamasi. Very simple message, very clear cut. Only three words. Very simple meaning. No secret, no dilemma. Very clear. But it was very difficult. So make understand, disciple, master gave 9 examples. 9 examples. And one example, he said, O Soumya, O dear one, the all universe has come from the Sat. Like a pot, like a jar, modification of the mud, modification of the clay. Now, here Shankaracharya gave example like a pot, a jar. Which made of earth. Sakalam ghatam tan mritam eva. The jar, the pot is not apart from the clay. Only clay is there. With him, without, upside, downside, left, right, anywhere in the pot, there is nothing apart from the clay, apart from the mud. Only mud is there. When this jar was not existed, that time clay was. Before its origin, mud was. When it will destroy, mud will be. And when it remains, mud is there. Only mud is there. Same, the master says, the entire universe which emanates from Brahman is Brahman alone. Nothing other than Brahman. Before creation. Creation has its own cause. So what the cause of universe? Cause must be truth. This is true. Word is not true, but its cause is true. Appearance is not truth, but its substratum is truth. So master says, Therefore, there is nothing, any reality other than Brahman. Before creation of the universe, there was Brahman. After its destruction, Brahman will remain. And when it appears, that time too, Brahman is. You can say only Brahman is. Brahman is. Sanmatrameva tat vat sajjanitam sadatmakam idam. This world has come from the Brahman. So Brahman is the cause. Brahman is the substratum of this universe. And the very same Atma is our own self, your own nature. It is you. So all world is expansion of yours. You believe your own nature. You are not limited. This is the most wonderful thing, that unlimited reality appears limited, which is never limited, which is everywhere, but not available anywhere. So Shankaracharya says, Yasman nasti sata param kimasti tat satyam sa atma. This Atma is you. And tat tvamasi prashantam avalam. That reality, you. This reality and you are not different. So when Shvetketu got message from the master, this Tattvamasi, this message not only for Shvetketu, this message for every seeker, whoever want to understand this reality. He says, Tattvamasi prashantam amalam. O Shvetketu, now master says, O disciple, you are that reality. From that reality, all universe has come. That reality is not different from you. You and that reality you want. So this is the principle of oneness. And prashantam. Prashantam means quiet, calm, always. Always calm, always quiet. No agitation. Agitation can reach till mind. Beyond mind, there is no agitation. You are so calm, always. Agitation is not possible there. No restlessness. Restlessness can reach body, it can reach mind, it can reach prana, but not you. You are always calm. If you appear like restlessness, it is not you. You are identifying yourself with something else. Prashantam and amalam. Another very unique amalam. Malam means dust. Like I am the sinner. I am human. These all are mal, dust, impurity. You are not touched by any mal. You cannot be touched by any impurity. So death, birth, anger, greed, any impurity cannot touch you. Anytime, Amalam Brahmadvayam, and this is Advayam without second. Now Shankaracharya giving direct message to disciple, this is Advayam without second. This is not myself and yourself, other self. Self is one. Always one, Advayam. So this is your nature. Now next one. Nidra kalpita desha kal vishaya ज्ञात्रादि सर्वम यथा मिथ्या तद्वदिहापि जागृति जागृत स्वज्ञान कार्यत्वतः यस्मादेवमिदं शरीर कर्ण प्राण माद्याप्यसत् तस्मात् तत्त्वमसि प्रशान्तमम् ब्रह्मद्वयं यत् परम्. The last line says तस्मात् त्वमसि प्रशान्तममलं ब्रह्मद्वयं yat param. The meaning is, just as the place, time, objects, their nor, etc. in the dream are all unreal, so too is the world we experience in our waking state, is produced due to our own ignorance. Since the body, the organs, the vital breath, the ego, etc. are also thus unreal, therefore thou art that, the serene, the pure, the supreme Brahman, the non-dual. One more time translation. As the place, time, objects, nor etc. called up in the dream are all unreal, so is also the world experienced here in the waking state, for it is all an effect of one's own ignorance. Because this body, the organs, the egoism, etc., are also thus unreal, therefore thou art the pacified, pure supreme Brahman, the one without second. Now, he is giving another example, like dream. In Vedanta study, you have encountered so many times this example, dream, because this is very common example. Everyone can experience. Other examples, some may understand, some may not. If you give example as mirage, it is not necessary everyone has experience of mirage. But the dream, everyone has its experience. So Shankaracharya says, like dream. Nidra kalpita desha kala. In dream, what happens? In dream state, their time, space, objects, and knower, they are very different from the waking state. Suppose a sick person which is vigor and was sleeping in the streets in the night. A vigor, unhealthy, sleeping in the streets, he was hungry and in the night, and he started dreaming. In dream, he became a king. He became healthy, and he's living in his palace with his family, and he is taking lunch with his family. So see, everything has changed. The beggar becomes king. He was sleeping in the streets. Now he is living in palace. He was unhealthy, sick. Now he is very strong. He was hungry. He is having lunch with his family. So everything has changed. Here is night. He was taking lunch. So time changed. Place has changed. Body has changed. Shankaracharya says, Nidra kalpita, desakala. Everything has changed. Place has changed. Here he is in the street. Now he is in living palace. He is sleeping in the night. Now in dream he is having lunch. And objects. And nowhere also. Everything are created by whom? Who is the creator of objective world? So this is clear. In object, in dream state, the place, the time, the objects and knower are very different from the waking state. So all objects, time, space, who is creator? You are not creators. This is true. You are not creators. If you had created your dream world, you would have been created so beautiful. But our dreams are not so beautiful. Sometimes they may be, but not every time, because you are not creators. Your presence is required. Only your presence is required. What they call, Shankaracharya says, Nidra dosh. Nidra. Only sleep is required. Your presence and with sleep. Condition should be sleep. Your presence with sleep, it creates dream worlds. Sarvam mithya. Shankaracharya says, this creation, illusory, mithya. Tadvat, when you get up morning, you will never think about dream world. It passed. Meaningless. You are free from the dream world. Tadvat happy. Now Shankaracharya says, same, this state also. You are waking state, here also you have to wake again. You are not really in waking state. Tadvadihapi jagrati jagat jnanat kalpitaha yasma deva sarira karana. In waking state, you are not doer, but in your presence, your ignorance is doing everything. See, in dream state, your presence, with your presence, that the sleep was doing everything. In waking state, in your presence, your ignorance is doing everything. Everything means sarira karanam, the body, the prana, the ego, the mind, everything. Whatever is in universe, your ignorance is doing in presence of you. So this world is also like dream world. The difficulty is, in dream world, you are totally in dream world. You know the reality of the dream world when you are not in dream world. But here difficulty is, you have to know unreality of the waking state. In waking state, so this is your spiritual life. Tasmat Tomasi Prashantam Amalam Brahmadayam Yat Param. This line is before, as we have read. Master says, you are that reality which is Prashantam, which is absolute, non-dual. It is not different from you. Now, next one. Yat bhrantya kalpita tat viveke tantan matram naiva tasmat vivinnam shapne nashtam shapna vishram vichitram shasmat vinnam kinnu drishtam prabodhe. I repeat one more time this mantra. Yatra bhrantya kalpit tat viveke tantan matram naiva tasmat vivinnam shapne nashtam shapna vishram vichitram shasmat vinnam kinnu drishtam prabodhe. See the translation. That which is wrongly supposed to exist in something is, when the truth about it is known, recognized as nothing other than the substrate and not at all any different from it, the diverse dream universe appears and subsided in the dream itself. On the waking state, does it appear as something different from one's own mind? See, yat bhrantya kalpit tad vivekihi. The translation one more time. What is wrongly supposed to exist in something when the truth about it has been known? Nothing but that substratum and not at all different from it. The diversified dream appears and passes away in the dream itself. Does it appear on waking as something distinct from one's own self? Now, this verse, there are some editions, they don't have this verse, but we have this verse in our edition. Every edition, this verse does not have. Shankaracharya, again describing the same method. Yat bhrantya kalpitam. Under influence of ignorance, somewhere we imagine something which does not exist, like snake in the rope. But if we know that it's truth, then we come to know there is only rope. Bhrantya kalpitam tad vivek. Kalpitam, imagination. We imagine something, and the cause of imagination is bhranti, ignorance. Ignorance. If you concentrate, if you try to know, then you will come to know tastan matram naiva tasmat vinnam. There is nothing apart from that stratum. Nothing apart from the stratum. Stratum is there. Shupne nashtam sapna vishtam vichitram sasmat vinnam kinnu drishtam prabodhe. He is giving again the example of the dream after waking state. When you become in waking state, there is no any stress, any trace of the dream world. No destruction, no creation, nothing. If we had so many things in dream world and we wake up, now we don't have anything. We don't regret. We know the reality of the objects of the dream. They cannot come in the waking state. You cannot take them from the dream world. Sasmat Bhinnam. So in dream world, only you were there. You were there. In your presence, the dream, your sleep creates, actually not creates, just show you, which does not exist. So Shankaracharya says, in Prabodhe, in waking state, there is no any reality which was in dream world. Same, if you understand the reality of your own self, the reality of the universe will disappear. Today, Mita have some information. So, Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Sankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyaptadehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.